Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Vencabot. Uncharted, Among Thieves, actually. Uncharted 2, that is. Hey, what's up, D? Welcome aboard, man. Yo! Welcome aboard, Home Slice. Hopefully you had a good weekend, too. Steve says, probably transmission line. I lost mine. Got 10 miles before the way it drove sketched me out too much. I was unaware the problem until it got weird. That was about a year ago, says Steve. And there's still a stain from where the puddle started on my way to work. Yeah. Yeah, I've lost puddles on in my driveway now, too. We're in Borneo, huh? Sick. Yeah, this game so far is pretty fun. Telling the guy before the stream I've been enjoying it more than I expected to.
Okay, I've planted charges all around the perimeter of the camp. You two just need to arm them.
Okay.
The first one should be right ahead of you.
Look at my goofy little headset. So I'm with Sully now. We got betrayed by the other guy. What's the other guy's name again? The English guy. Uncharted 2 says Revenge, featuring Henry Gamerican. Small town American. His name is Gamerican? When it was fresh, says Steve, you could track my journey for like 2 miles. Yeah, same here, Steve. Yeah, I noticed that I've got like you can actually follow where my car went down the street because you can see little droplets. But yeah, I'm kind of stressed out, guys. Glad happy to have you guys here. Help me relax. Play this game. This is a very relaxing game. I think that's kind of part of its strength. So at least, yeah, that's my theory. It being pretty shallow. So, because I'm happy to have you guys all here, and because we were having such a great conversation before the stream started, I want to re-raise the question to you guys that are just showing up here. What do you guys think makes a great horror game? Like the horror genre. What are your favorite horror games? It's going to be October very soon, guys. We're going to be playing on this Friday, The Seventh Guest. It's a spooky game. Not really a horror game, but it's a very spooky game. That'll be this Friday, guys. Celebrate October. We're going to be watching some public domain horror films. And we're going to be playing PT. Playing some Metroid 2 on Game Boy. It's going to be a really fun October, I think. But I might have had time to play more horror games, too. Landon recommended Darkwood. Outlast. I've actually heard the game recommended to me a lot of times. And Amnesia. The Dark Descent. And Claire was talking about what she thinks, ways you can make a game horrifying. I mentioned, like, if you're playing an RPG horror... What the hell? Well, how did I unlock a reward? What did I do? If you're playing, like, an RPG horror, you gotta find ways to make it scary that aren't, like, visceral. Because it's not really, like, immersive that same way, right? But maybe that's the best kind of horror, to be honest. Flint. I think you're right, Brian. Flint? Maybe? Sounds very familiar. I see this Resident Evil 7, huh? That game looks awesome, and I regret that I've seen so much of it. I watched some people playing that game like all the way through a few times. It's such a beautiful game, and it seemed very scary. I was really happy that they kind of took the sort of the floundering Resident Evil franchise and did something new with it. And it seemed like they actually put a lot of effort into it, a lot of love. Can't be mad at that. But I did see so much of it, and I'm not really sure I would necessarily need to play it, unfortunately. Dico says Resident Evil 4, huh? That's your all-time favorite horror game. Yeah, I should play that one for sure. I want to play all the Resident Evil games at some point. Maybe in sequence. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Well, this is Atmosphere makes it, huh? Atmosphere. You guys know me, right? I have this thing, my theories about game design in general, where I really try to find ways to prove that atmosphere is not that important. That's something that this is a opinion that I'm given to having, right? And I don't think that it's unimportant, but I'm always trying to find ways to prove how unimportant it is. But maybe, in some cases, maybe like a horror especially, maybe it is incredibly important, right? But I find it would tickle me pink to find a way that you could make take some raw mechanics and make it scary. Or at least to say, in this game that also has great atmosphere, can you take that out and say the mechanics of it are also scary, right? It's the two together that make it scary, right? That would be something I'd like to be able to say. Dane says Silent Hill 2. I don't know if I can name what makes it so good, says Dane, huh? Well, that's a challenge I'm giving you, Dane. That's a challenge I'm giving you. I would like to hear your theories. The best horror is ambience IMO, but I haven't a favorite, says Steve. No music adds to suspense and horror in general, huh? No music. Yeah, can you guys have a horror game with music and have it still be scary? I don't know, I can imagine it, maybe. But I assume it's probably not typical. I'm looking for treasure. I'm surprised I haven't found anything.
Here it is.
I also left the detonator for you.
Uh-huh. There we are. All right. First one set. Don't touch the button.
This one?
The stereo is very
Once
extreme.
you've set all the charges,
Make sure that I don't
just
have
hit
the
detonator
volume
and
incorrect.
It's showtime.
Venka, is Alex's back throw Super 1 stronger than the forward
Just be
one?
careful. Lazarevic has got his
What?
men posted all around the perimeter.
Oh, I don't know, Quinnifer. I have no idea. I don't know nothing about SA1. SA1's garbage. I'm sorry, Quinn, I couldn't answer the question for you. You mean the back turned, is that stronger than the front facing one? Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't even know there was a back turned hyper bomb. In my mind, I can only see one version of it. Jump scares are cheap, says Steve, and gore is weak sauce. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. RE4 is one of the few I got into, says 3Venge, huh? Play Friday the 13th on NES. The game is so horrifyingly bad that it'll shake you to the core. I don't remember if his name was Flynn, but I remember that in like Flynn. Oh, Flynn! That's what it was, Flynn. Thank you, Brian. His name was Flynn. To that extent, my hot take is that old school Resident Evil games are really just puzzle games with a horror skin. Oh. Now see? I found that interesting as someone that, I played Dead Space 1 and 2, and thought that they were just shooting games with a horror skin. They weren't really scary. They were just had really great shooting. And I'm sure the Resident Evil games have great puzzle solving, and likewise they're shooting focus. But are they really horror games? Are they actually scary? Or are they, because I mean, again, I would like to, my hope is that you could look at a game's mechanics and say, mechanically this game is scary, right? And those were early examples of games where you had to like manage your ammo. There was a lot of zombies around you had to avoid, otherwise you would have to expend your resources. I can see how that stress, that tension, could contribute to the horror atmosphere. The hell am I looking at? Well, I knocked it down. You should just use SA2 with Alex, says Brian. Well, I watched my friend Nero using SA1. No, never mind. I mean, it does good damage. I think it does more damage than SA2 does. Right, but it's just not worth it. Silent Hill 2 nailed making mechanics add to the horror while not being annoying. Nothing about that game was annoying to me, says Dane, huh? What do you think about people that find Silent Hills, like, walking and melee attacks annoying? I have people that have told me, that well, it's not really fair for a horror game to be called horror just because the control is ass. Right, I think it's also referring to like Resident Evil games right back in the day. The controls like ass, so of course it's gonna be like more intimidating. You can't fight if the controls like ass. But it's like, to me, especially as I got older, that seems like a very reasonable way to make a game more scary. Right? I think that, in real life, obviously, you have limits to how you can move your body. Right? Depending on your, especially your physique, your level of physical, development, I guess. And likewise, not everyone's gonna be godlike with a sword. You had to like give me a sword and have me become a ninja master, right? I'd swing it like an asshole. I had no idea what to do with it. I think that, limiting a player's ability to like move in tight spaces and the ability to use weapons and stuff, that makes perfect sense to me as a way to make a game more tense. But I think that, I guess it just goes into this notion of when you criticize the game's controls, you have to consider what it's trying to accomplish with those controls, right? Like the controls are a means to an end in any video game. They don't all gotta play the goddamn Devil May Cry. Right? They really depends on what you're trying to accomplish in that game. And in a horror game, you're just kind of navigating hallways and shit. You don't really have to control like Super Buttery, like Super Mario or some shit. Yeah, like tank controls, revenge, or in the case of I heard like Silent Hill, like when you swing, it's like very stiff swing animation for like your melee attack. People were very pissed off by that, I guess. They're like, man, I could beat these enemies if the controls weren't so ass. Well, I mean, again, yeah, that's the point, right? You're not supposed to be able to beat the enemies. Like, again, if you ask yourself why the controls are that way, what's the game trying to accomplish? You're not supposed to beat the enemies. They can't make you a goddamn like a fucking samurai. Of course they're going to be swinging like an asshole. Anyway. Is demonstrating something that can be taken out? Revenge. I'm happy you asked that. Isn't it more of an inevitable sum of the parts of the game? Maybe. But what if, hypothetically speaking, you replaced all the game's graphics with just shapes, like a circle and a square and a triangle? And what if it was all text-based? And it just had no, no flavor text, just describing what happened. Again, the hypothetical most dry a game could possibly be, where all you have are the mechanics of the game itself, the rules. I think about that a lot. Like, what would a game be like if you had no atmosphere? SA1 was like Gigas, and you couldn't jump out of the reaction to see, it'd be more viable, much more, Brian. Does a different amount of hits, so I was curious, just messing around at this point. He's not going to use it, just kind of curious mechanically. Welcome aboard, J-Bomb. How about Silent Hill 2? Just hearing a pyramid-headed knife drag on the ground gives me the spooks. Yeah, Claire mentioned earlier that sound design is so important to horror. Claire loves tank controls, so yeah, I agree to that extent. It limits you in a way that adds to... That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like when I play Tenchu, which is a tank controls game, or let's say an early Lara Croft game, early Tomb Raider game. Yeah, they have tank controls, but the game is engineered around those controls, right? Like, I feel like people have forgotten that as we look back. As we found, we found later on in history that other control schemes were, like, more intuitive or easier to use. We just kind of said, oh, tank controls, they're ass. They're old-fashioned. They're stupid. We've learned better by now. But, I mean, there's something to be said about the fact that when you're playing Tomb Raider, she has, like, a certain amount of, like, weight and momentum that can only be accomplished through tank controls, right? It makes her, like, the game's environments are designed around that. If it were, full, analog controls, then you wouldn't have that difficulty that the game relies on. You have to redesign the areas to compensate for that. Like, the way the game's engineered, it's designed for tank controls. I mean, you're supposed to have to line up and then run and then jump, in the case of Tomb Raider, or in a horror game, again, like navigating a hallway, right? Like, it's supposed to make you feel kind of like, you're wearing, heavy armor, you're wearing a bulletproof vest, you're stomping around these hallways. Yeah, again, you're not fucking Super Mario. But that's not a bad thing. Vince says, RE and Silent Hill controls aren't even that bad, says Vince, huh? There are those that can't stand it. So interactive fiction now, says Revenge, huh? Yeah, but just with no actual story. So Landon likes text-based games. Yeah, me too. But in this example, I'm trying to make an example of a game where, again, there's no, like, actual, like, flavor text. It just describes what's happening mechanically in the game. Can you take all the atmosphere and, story, narrative, graphics, everything, music out of a game and just have just the mechanics and analyze them on their own? And, what does that mean for, game design? They killed my baby, says Claire, huh? Didn't like the controls in Resident Evil 4 and 5. More traditional, more modern, I should say. There's a game that has awful graphics, but it's truly horrifying. It's called something Mortis, huh? Faith, that's it. Faith Mortis? Never heard of it. Oh, Faith. Buy my dude, says J-Bomb. The game's interesting, but Jim actually played through it. I don't think he enjoyed it. I don't think you could do that then have horror. You could have a story. Well, I think that, like I mentioned about Resident Evil, right? I think that when you're playing a game that has, like, resource management, there's this tension that's inherent to that. Maybe it's not horror, but it is tension that comes from the mechanics that is not, there's no parallel in other genres.
Sweating like a hooker in church.
You brought a hooker to church?
Why not?
It's kind of reminds me of the first game. Although I have to make note here, guys. Do you guys feel like this game's graphics in this jungle are not as good as the last game?
Let's take these guys out.
I think that maybe the environment is larger in this game. Like, I feel like in the other games that have, like, more enclosed, so they could probably have more polygons per environment that way. But I kind of wonder if this game was optimized for those urban environments more, which they weren't in the last game at all. You walk in the hallway, the bad thing kills you. Isn't it scary, says Steve. That's why I'm asking, Steve. That's why I'm asking. Because, is it? Walk in the hallway, bad thing kills you. Is that scary? I mean, could you make that scary? Maybe you could. Yeah, yeah. Remove the story and the flavor and leave the mechanics. Only the game's mechanics. And I know it's hypothetically impossible. I think that Three Revenge made a good point when he said that whenever you have any interface, you have atmosphere, right? Even if it is just text, like a text box. Right? Even then you have atmosphere. But hypothetically speaking, if you could remove, you know, and look at a game just mechanically, can you have scary mechanics? Steve says for sure no, but I'm not sure I agree with that. I would need to think about it a lot more. You see J-Bomb shirtless, the horror. I bought Moon Remix RPG for the Switch and about to buy Paradise Killer on Steam, so I'm probably locked in for this month, huh? Lots of games to play. The backlog grows. Problem with death as a consequence is once it happens a few times, the decision is often lost. I agree with you, Revenge. I totally agree with that. You have to keep the player alive in a horror game. You gotta find a way to keep them alive. I think that's kind of ironic. So we got some Metal Gear Solid 3 shit here. We're gonna be breaking necks out in the jungle. This guy can't hear me splashing around. Okay, it's whatever. Can I climb over this and break his neck? How many guys are there? I think he's just gonna look at this wall, huh? That's fucking amazing, dude. That's fucking amazing. So this is like an order of events thing. Again, it's not really like... It's still early. It could be a tutorial, right? Maybe it'll get harder as it goes. Oh, shit. I wanted to crouch. Well, at least that doesn't kill me instantly like last time. Where'd that guy go? Why did I think R2 was crouch? Oh, good Batman. Ooh. I like the sound effect there when a bullet was past my head. Reward Ash. You feel the chilling grasp of the unseen monstrosity's tentacle as it slithers around your throat. The cool sliminess of it lasts you feel and fade to black. It kind of like a Zork. Just got a Switch. Good, congrats, Ash. The Switch is a pretty cool console. What are you gonna play on it, Ash? Anything in mind? Play some Mario Kart. That game's godlike. Even that one weeb-ass dating sim that fucks with you is using something is up with your computer as an atmosphere. Huh? If you were a token character in a horror movie, what would your quirk be? Huh? I don't know. You guys know me. I'd be the slutty one for sure. I'm always kissing people and having sex with folks. This guy has depth of field. Not sure how I feel about that. Ow. So this game, when you get shot, you sometimes lose your aim. That's a new feature. What's up, J Motive? Pretty good, man. Sitting here talking about game design, particularly horror game design. And not even really playing Uncharted, to be honest. I really don't give a fuck about this right now. I'm sort of, like, not even playing. That's cool. Having a good conversation, at least. If I feel like if you guys feel like I'm playing like a doofus, I apologize, because I certainly am. It was enjoyable to do, man. Doki Doki. I'm kind of curious about the game myself. I don't know. No spoilers, please. I know it's like, you know, becomes horrifying, but I don't really know much about it aside from that. Put a game recommendation on Discord for Switch, huh? If you're into 2D retro platformers, yes. Yeah, Hubie found a pretty cool, he says like a, sort of like a bootleg Super Meat Boy. For like 50 cents. Anybody else? Oh, fuck! Yo, who you shooting at, dude? You scared the fuck out of me. There you are. Or this game had better, like, gun selection. In the last game, all you had was a pistol. Yeah, I really hate Depth of Field, man. I wish I could turn that shit off. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Ow. I kind of like how when I get shot, I kind of lose my aim a little bit. It makes it a little more interesting. A little more exciting. Maybe more incentive to take cover more often, instead of just being like a dumbass and kind of hanging out like I do. Kind of walking past guys and shooting them. Look at the drippy drops. Hey, Sully. Sully. Stop shooting guys. Look at these drippy drops. Sully, come here. Goddamn it, Nate. I think it... Oh, shit. There's a guy above me, I think. Is he gonna have to reload his gun at some point? I don't think he is. You got that fucking infinite ammo, dude. That's amazing. What's up, Katie? Run Uncharted 2, man. Yeah, I'm glad it went fast. That suits me just fine. How you doing, Katie? How's your weekend? I'm missing the chat here. So we've established that Pistol is once again godlike. I missed something here. Probably some Animal Crossing with Ash. Put some Animal Crossing. Good idea. Yeah, Pistol is godlike, but I wonder if other guns will be better. DUF is stupid. Just your eyes just do that automatically. Depth of field, yeah. Well, not really. Like, I see they're trying to make it like more cinematic, more like a movie. So of course, in three dimensions, your eyes will, you know, create depth of field, but not in a two-dimensional place like a video game screen. You can't really simulate depth of field without actually, you know, putting it in programmatically, software-wise. But I think it doesn't really improve the gameplay. In fact, I think it hurts gameplay most of the time. It's not worth it, right? My feeling is that it makes things look pretty graphically, but it's not worth the hit to gameplay. Jay Motive, you never had to reload, man. That was sick. Hit the infinite clip. It's like an effect from photography that made its way into video games to somehow make them more cinematic. Yeah, Faust, exactly. And again, I found like it's just annoying. It's annoying, but I can't see. I want to see what's over there, but I can't because Drake can't see it, right? I have to aim his face in a certain way so we can make things like highlight. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's for dummies. It's silly. The atmosphere, the sounds, the ill-lit hallways, the big dad, etc. are all things that keep the tension alive, says Steve. Yeah, that's exactly why I ask. I'm glad you feel that way, Steve. I'm just curious. I feel like if we put our heads to it, we could probably find a way to make a game scary without those things. Maybe. Maybe not. Look at all this mist. I'm not sure that would actually be a thing like that. The effect to your aim when getting shot is usually referred to as aim punch. Never heard of it before in my life, Faust, but thank you. I'll use that term in the future. Aim punch. If I'm aiming, I get shot, I lose my like, I go, ugh! That's the aim punch. You don't focus your eyes ever? It seems weird, Venka. I do focus my eyes. But again, it doesn't work that way. Like, I won't unfocus things in a video game. Because it's a two-dimensional screen. If it was three dimensions, then I could probably make depth of field a thing. You know, with my own eyes. Like in real life. But in a game, yeah, you would need to program it in. I'm not sure, again, not sure that actually make the game any better. Practically, probably just makes it worse. So there must have been a guy up here before, shooting. Oh, I can jump over there. Oh. Yeah. Had some good food, got some good sleep, got some solid grinding in on Disgaea 5, huh? Happy to hear that, Katie. My friend Brian also said he got some good sleep this weekend. Who else in the chat got good sleep this weekend? I didn't, unfortunately. But I feel young and strong, though. I've been getting some exercise lately. I think it's making my sleep better. It's fewer hours, but I think my sleep is better. I feel more awake during the day after getting some exercise and then going to sleep afterward. Relax, Sully. So I want to make a subtle... Oh, I can push this down here. Maybe I have to? For what? Let's go find out first. Spider monkey jump. Spider monkey jump. So it's over here. Maybe like a bridge or something? I'll have to climb something. Okay, I see. I have to, that's where I came from, I think. I have to push that rock down so I can climb on it. Gotcha. Hidoki. It'd be fun to do, you know, like a recording studio. Be like, all right, you're a video game protagonist. Make some jumping sounds. Like when I jump, I don't make any sounds. Like, really, just pretend like you want to make a sound when you jump. All right, how about like boing? I gotta mash really hard now. It's really annoying. Talk about visceral game design, guys. I understand that the idea behind like mashing in games to make them more visceral, like you're actually pushing something, but it's so stupid. It's so stupid. No mashing, like ever. Ever, ever. I'd like the job of grunt voice actor, huh? What game was that? I think that's Was that Batman who do that? Ugh. I found that shit endlessly hilarious when you climb stuff. Control schemes are a delicate thing, says Threevenge. In a way, I buy and take controls. However, imagine they give you a gun and you're constantly fighting to aim the gun because your character is inexperienced or too frightened to aim properly. That sounds absolutely frustrating as hell, but seems like the same sort of result that the tank controls give. Yes, but Threevenge. Imagine that the enemy's difficulty, you know, the speed they walk towards you at, the weapons they use, is engineered around the fact that you have more difficulty aiming at them. Right? It's not like you're fighting enemies that are designed to be shot by a mechanic, you know, like by having a better aim system. If the game's mechanic is the reticle wobbles and you have to move, again, we're in the abstract, taking out the zombies and the gun and all these other things that are literally just graphical, right? You have a reticle and it's moving past a target and you have to use the left stick to line it up in such a way that you can get the reticle over the target and then time your shot so that, boom, right there, right? So your reticle's over here, and the target's here, and you pull, and you pull the stick up to line it up over close to where this target is, and then you time your shot, boom, right? Then you hit your target, right? That's the mechanic in a lot of these games, and to me, that's a really fun idea for a game mechanic, right? Not in every game, of course, but I see the merit behind that, right? Like when I'm playing, you know, The Evil Within or, you know, Resident Evil or wherever, right? You have like the reticle that kind of moves because your character is, you know, nervous or has imperfect aim. Yeah, you know, there's like an element of like timing and movement, or Metal Gear Solid trying to aim your sniper rifle, right? Is it frustrating when you get killed because of that? Well, yeah, but any game, you know, you get pissed off when you die, no matter how good the controls are or whatever. But, you know, my point is that although thematically it's frustrating, and although in many games it is frustrating, you have to keep in mind that a game can be well designed around that. It's not that mechanic that is bad. It is other things that surround that mechanic that are bad. Right? It's the fact that enemies, maybe they move too fast for that mechanic to be, you know, feasible. Maybe they move around too much for it to, you know, make sense to have. You have to, you know, line up very slowly, and you know, otherwise it could be, you know, very frustrating. But a game can be engineered in such a way that that mechanic on its own is not, you know, it does more good than harm to the atmosphere of the game, to the game feel. That's my point about tank controls, right? In a game like Tomb Raider 1, Lara Croft has tank controls, but the world she inhabits is designed around that, and that's what makes the jumps so thrilling, because the jumps are not easy to make. If you had a more liberal, you know, liberated control scheme in a game like that, wow, I love that jump so much, then it would trivialize the game's challenge. And I think that, you know, mechanically speaking, in the abstract, taking out the fact that she's a raider of tombs and that she's in a cave or whatever, there's something to be said about the fact that you have a ledge, and you have to use the left and right buttons to rotate her toward it and aim yourself perfectly, and then you have to hold toward to build up speed, and then you jump, right? Like, it wouldn't be the same if you could just, you know, instinctively, intuitively just tilt stick toward the ledge and then have her just go whoop. It's kind of like, you know, kind of go toward it, like in, let's say, Mario or any other modern game where you turn the stick where you want to go. Like, the challenge was to line her up with this D-pad, left and right, and then she would turn, and you would have to, you know, again, that was the fun of it.
This way.
And the environment wasn't designed to, you know, to facilitate a easier movement scheme. I think that there's something to be said about a game that can make a jump into its own fun, deep challenge. I don't think every game has to be that way, of course. Of course, you want to have your Super Mario 64s and stuff, and other games where you can move freely and jump freely. But I think that it makes sense to have some games where, you know, making a jump across a gap is itself a challenge and can be fun. I just like when games require you to hold a button down for a few seconds to do a thing in a menu, huh? Yes, that's very annoying. It's a kind of a modern trend, J-Bomb. I find it really pisses me off. Like, it almost never makes any sense either. Like, it only makes sense in, like, things like you have to confirm. Like, long press to confirm something, like, otherwise it'd be, like, detrimental. Vince also hates mash pants. Yeah, it's so stupid. There's only a few games where it makes any sense to me personally. It's a game where, like, you're literally, like, every button press corresponds to one action, maybe. Like, if I'm punch with it, I can live with that. There's something about the game feel there that can be positive. But if it's just mash to, like, you know, push a boulder over or mash to run quickly, I hate that too. I'm okay with tank controls and not the idea of the other Sister Revenge. The idea of the slowly aiming your gun and maybe having a second, like a long draw time, maybe like a long recovery in your gunshot to make it more thrilling. The other big part is the lack of information. For example, Alien is an unknown distress call with no knowledge of what happened to the people aboard. Weird egg, weird spider thing, which just disappears. New thing, no idea what it does. There isn't a clear shot of what it looks like until the end, says Steve. Yeah, but that's a movie, Steve. Right? I think that a lot of the tropes of film and literature can be put into video games, obviously, to make them scary. But can you make a game scary with what's unique to games, the mechanics? I like tank controls for a certain type of game because my directional input doesn't flip with new area loads. Yes, there's that too, and Claire agrees. Makes it easier to do things with fixed cameras. What was the last non-indie game that came out that featured tank controls, says Brian, huh? I almost feel like there was one kind of recently. I remember there being like a big hullabaloo about it. Did GTA 5? I don't think it did, Landon. Like maybe you're thinking of, maybe you don't understand what tank controls means. Tank controls Landon are in a game where you use the left and right buttons, or the stick, left and right, and they don't make you strafe. Instead, they make your body turn that direction. And then up always makes you walk. So left and right make you turn, and then back and forth make you, up and down make you walk. It's sort of like driving a car, basically. It's like driving a car, but you're just controlling your character. Yeah, I think Landon is a pretty young guy. I think maybe he doesn't understand what tank controls are. It's sort of a antique. Oh shit! Oh god damn! It's like an antique game design thing. So control's good, says Dane, huh? And Thieves is enjoying it as well. Oh, he says he needs to get back to playing it, huh? Control. My friend's playing it. My friend Ein's playing it too. What's Control all of a sudden? Why is everybody playing it now? Did it go on sale or something? That game came out a long time ago. It's like everybody's playing it right now. Wasn't sure at first, but it really opens up quickly, says 3Bench. So Jim was really impressed so far. GTA 5, it took your character half a year to turn, yes. But you still turned by moving the stick in that direction, right? It had kind of a long time to turn. Even more than other GTA games, but none of them have tank controls. You have to kind of have room. He also kind of turns like a boat, too. Kind of like there's a big curve when he turns. That being said, it's not the same thing as tank controls, because you still kind of turn the stick where you want him to go. It's kind of like you point where he wants to go and he just goes. Takes him a while, but that's how you do it. I think maybe Lane's thinking about like boat controls, right? Let's see here. Came out on Steam recently. Oh, wait, what? What was it on before? I assumed it was on Steam always. I mentioned it because I think, on the whole, players don't enjoy the feel of tank controls, so the industry moved on from them. I think players are closed-minded. They don't like anything hard. This guy hits like a fucking truck. So, yeah, the Dix was right when he said that, like, the actual feel of the guns was better overall. They're sort of like, they feel more, like, a little bit weightier. Not by much, though. Really, really quirky, amazing controls. Something like X-Files and Twin Peaks mixed together. Vince, like SCP fanfic, huh? Alan Wake and LSD, says J-Motive. So, 3 Vince's SCP influence. I never heard that before. I didn't know it was an SCP-related game. Fuck players, Berdrink. That's what I'm saying, dude. Fuck them. What do players know about video games? Please. Facing the wrong way, jackass. Okay. Hello? Whoa, he teleported. That was sick. It was Epic exclusive. Literally, the only reason I picked up an Epic account was my graphics card gave me code for Control for free. It worked through Advantage. It worked then. That's what the whole point of that was, right? Get you to download Epic Game Store. Look at this dude. Oh, I killed him. I got a headshot on accident, I guess, huh? So I'm saying, Berding, these uneducated swine. Yeah, I think that, you know, once we played a game where we could do this with a control stick and have him go wherever we want him to go, we're like, dude, Tomb Raider would be so much easier with this, right? If I had this controls in Resident Evil, it'd be way easier to kill all the zombies. So yeah, that's what I want, right? I want to be able to kill all the zombies in Resident Evil, so let's never go back to tank controls. And the industry never did. Right? We recognize that this is way easier to win with, and so therefore it makes it a superior control scheme. But that's not true. Right? Making it easier to win does not make it better. But if your goal is to win, which is the player's goal, well, at least that's how they perceive their goal, right? Is to win. Then yeah, it makes it objectively better, right? Anytime that you have an easier time beating the game, then you have, improved the mechanics, right? If I want my character to kill all the zombies, then if the controls let me do that better, then they have got me closer to my goal. But the game was not designed for you to kill all the zombies. The game was designed for you to be scared of the zombies and run from the zombies, right? Same with Tomb Raider, right? If I see a cliff and I want to jump to the next ledge, and I can't make my character do that, it's too hard to make them do that in the controls, then the game has bad controls, right? But if you make it easier for me to translate my thought of jump to that other ledge into the gameplay, then the game has better controls. That's why this game controls the way it does, right? Because in this game, Uncharted, if you can see a ledge and just face and tap X, then boom, he just jumps to it like that. I didn't do anything. I aimed him toward it and tapped the jump button, he jumped toward it automatically. So they have succeeded in converting my intention into, the game's world 1-to-1 with 0 execution barrier, right? So that's an improvement, right? Well, no, it takes away the thrill, takes away the actual, the gameplay aspect of jumping from one place to another place. Right? Like in a game about running, I'm sorry if we're going on a tangent here, guys, but if you have a game about running, right, and the whole point of the game is you're a jogger, right? And so you have to, use both sticks like this. Left, right, just to run forward. That wouldn't work in fucking Tomb Raider, right? Because that game is too action-packed. You couldn't possibly, go everywhere like this. That wouldn't make any sense. But in a game engineered around that, yes, it is harder to make them run than in Sonic the Hedgehog. But that's the point of the gameplay. That's the way it was engineered. You can make that fun on its own. Yeah, I guess that's the point I'm getting at, right? I think that gamers, once we figured out how to do, more, liberal controls, they got what they wanted, which was, to make everything easier. And so we never went back after that. But I think that, and we've seen games that then get harder in other ways. We've seen games, sort of offset that difficulty by making them, we'll have more enemies, more faster enemies, right? That way you can move easier, but now it's also harder to kill them. Okay, that's cool too. It's a good way to offset that difficulty, but it doesn't mean that, the old way was itself inherently wrong. It was just different.
You should be getting close.
I remember playing some of those tank control games that did have that problem of flipping directions with changing scenes. You hold up to move the next screen, continue holding up, and immediately walk backwards into the prior screen. So even if games are programmed to fix that problem, I still enjoy them due to the personal bias. Yeah, but that's not how tank controls work, like Vince pointed out. Maybe you're misremembering, but if you have tank controls, up always makes you walk forward. So unless your character flipped automatically, then they wouldn't run back. A lot of tank control games had that issue. Onimusha is one of the that comes to mind. Was super problematic, huh? Yeah, holding up doesn't always make you move forward. It's not tank controls exactly, yeah. Holding up makes you walk where your character's facing in a tank controls game. So if you go to an area and the camera flips, and you're still holding up, you'll keep walking the direction you walked in from. Right? You'll walk forward always. You won't turn around. Because up, that only happens in games where the camera flips and there's not tank controls. Right? It might have a fixed camera angle, and if there's no tank controls, you might end up going back where you came from. But if it does have tank controls, that won't be an issue. Isn't it nice? ICU looks great, right? But does Onimusha have tank controls in that game? Or is it just fixed camera angles? So how does it work theoretically then, Brian? I don't understand theoretically how it works. So what you're saying, Brian, is that when you walk into a new area and the camera flips, it automatically turns your character to face the other way, right? Like if you walk through a door and the camera flips and he turns to face the door and you hold up, he's going to walk through that door again, which would be a shame, but that couldn't possibly be. He wouldn't flip back toward the door. Again, holding up on the D-pad would make you walk forward. That's what take controls mean, Brian. Like you don't have to change which way you're holding. Take controls mean you only turn in the direction your character's facing. You only walk. If you're holding up, you go where he's facing. And the other directions only turn him. Up always walks forward, and that's where he's facing. Down always walks backward, which is where he's not facing. And left and right make him turn. So you turn, then you hold up to make him walk. Then you turn, then you hold up to make him walk. So if the camera flips, it wouldn't change which way you walk. It wouldn't change the way you walk, because up always makes you walk where he's facing. Unless it changes where you're facing. Which I don't think that's how most games work if they have fixed camera. So I can climb over deer, huh, or something. I'm kind of lost. I'm so much fun talking, I'm not even paying attention to the game at all. Why are they showing me this over here? The camera keeps locking onto that. Want me to kill the birds? What's up, D-Scott? It's going pretty good, dude. Look at the goddamn depth of field, man. It's pissing me off. Oh, maybe I can climb this. Oh, okay. Alright. How you doing, D-Scott? Yeah, tank controls, you only ever walk by holding up on the D-pad, or up on the stick. Right? Even if you're facing this way, I would hold up to make him walk forward. That's tank controls. You would think that, in modern controls, I have to press down to make him walk this way, right? But in tank controls, you press up to make him walk this way. Because he's facing that way. So when you press up, he always walks where he's facing. I'd love to trust you, Brian, but I can't. What you're saying makes no sense. If you want to explain it to me, that'd be awesome. Take a few paragraphs to do it, but I just don't see, again, unless your character flips when the camera flips. I've played plenty of games, Brian, trust me, where when the camera flips, you walk back where you came from. It's very frustrating. It'll flip again. It's like you're stuck in an endless loop of flipping. That only happens in games where you have a fixed camera and no tank controls. Tank controls solve that problem. Because if I'm holding, let's say that the camera is, facing left, right? And I'm holding left. I go to the camera, then it flips right. Now I have to, it sends me back the way I came from, right? But that only happens in games where you use the stick to make yourself go somewhere, or let's say, the D-pad or whatever, based on where you're pressing. Right? If I'm pressing left, I go left. Pressing right, I go right. But in tank controls, when you press up to walk forward, and only up to walk forward, you don't have that problem. And again, unless your character actually is turned automatically by like a cutscene or something, that could cause a problem. But, yeah, that's not how fixed cameras would work. Sources, dude, just trust me, man. So I guess my final take on mechanics versus atmosphere, I have to tell an embarrassing story. Okay, here we go. Years ago, before I took up a stream to see how a game plays before seeing if it's worth my time, my brother and I got Gone Home as part of a Humble Bundle. We had no clue what Gone Home was. The little page looked kind of scary, and we started playing it, waiting for the scare that was inevitable, which never came, but because it had a certain atmosphere, we were bracing and tense. Yeah, that makes sense to me, Steve. I would never argue that, atmosphere doesn't contribute to a game's horror. Or that it could make a game horrifying on its own. I'm saying, is it possible to make a game scary by its mechanics? Or how much do they contribute to the horror aspect, if not? Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying that, the atmosphere doesn't make a game scary. Of course it does. It makes anything scary. And they're borrowing that from film and from, again, literature or whatever. There's a million ways to make a game scary. Just relaxing and enjoying the last of the nice weather we are having, huh? Well, we always have autumn, D-Scott. You don't like autumn weather? As long as it's not, winter, I'm happy. I like spring and summer more than fall, that's for sure. I like warm weather. The autumn's alright. It ain't winter, at least. Yeah. That's a pretty funny story, Steve. I can totally see how that'd be the case. I had the same problem with Angel Beats. KD. I was under the impression that Angel Beats was going to be a darker anime than it was, or it'd have a darker twist, because of some, you know, ideas that I'd kind of picked up from conversations I had before watching it. And for the whole series, I was like waiting. I was waiting for the big twist that was going to make it darker. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to spoil Angel Beats for you guys, but I was like, oh no, they think it's this, but it's going to be a big twist, it's going to be that. Oh no. They think that it's that this is what's going on, but there's gonna be a big twist. Oh, they're gonna find out that, oh no, that they're getting harvested. They think they're, you know, blah 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 blah. But actually, they're gonna be into blah blah blah. They're all gonna be dead. Oh no, but no. It was bad. It was sad. But it wasn't even that sad, dude. They had happy tears at the end. There were lots of happy tears going on. It was a very, you know.
Here's the camp. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
So what does it want me to shoot them all, I guess? That animation's so funny. So he knows his friend is dead? How much of the stealth is actually stealthy? Does he actually have, like, Metal Gear Solid, like... He didn't see me there, huh? How come I can't make him go around the edge of this thing? Is that supposed to be a mechanic in this game? Yeah, this is definitely baby's first stealth. Like, there's no, like, sneaking. Like, he just can't hear me run. I can just run everywhere. But at least they seem to want to investigate the corpses. But they don't... Oh, okay, maybe... Okay, so he did notify his friend. Oh, Sully's just shooting them, okay. So that's the same problem last game had, where I shot him in his body, but he didn't recoil because he was still recoiling from the last time I shot him. For those who don't know, Gone Home is a walking sim with a pretty meh story. It's devoid of mechanics, but it's hard to conceptualize a mechanic which is scary on its own. Interesting. Eager to see if Oddworld can make a comeback. The setting is so good. If it does, it'd have to be in an indie space, right? I think the atmosphere just doesn't have that marketability. It never appealed to me as a kid. You know, the fact that the sort of the dark alien world, the dark cartoon alien world, it didn't really work for me personally. It worked for a lot of people though. But I think that you know, it has that indie appeal now. But as for coming back and then, like, you know, wide, you know, physical commercial content. Oh, what the fuck? You? Oh shit. Enemies are more aggressive in this game, that's for sure. The environments are more, much more dynamic. Look at this environment, right? Like, there's much more verticality to it. The chest-high walls aren't necessarily, you know, just chest-high walls. They're, you know, also architectural in some way. Feels more dynamic in that respect. I like the fact that there's, you know, it's not just, you know, different. There's not like 3 different height levels. There's kind of like an actual natural terrain to use to your advantage, sort of. It's much harder to aim in this game, for better or worse. I feel like my bullets have much more, like, spread. I'll be aiming at a guy's head and it'll just miss. Could just be their way of making the pistol not as good as it was in the last game. You have to be closer to make effective use of it. Originally, Onimusha was pitched as a Resident Evil game under the title Sengoku Biohazard. Although Capcom decided to steer the franchise in a different direction, it's hard not to look at Onimusha as a game heavily inspired by the world-beating survival horror franchise. From the tank controls, which we'll get to later, and enemy types, to a familiar approach in level design. This remaster makes some of the other notable changes. Inventory management can still be a hassle, though. Equipping weapons is now done at the press of a button instead of diving in menus. You can now move your character using an analog stick too. Some of the tank controls. Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't prove to me that you go back and forth between... I don't doubt that that's tank controls, but that it would send you back the way you came on a on a camera flip. Maybe you're thinking of a different game, Brian. Like maybe you're remembering something different. That's kind of my point. Yeah, I don't doubt that that's tank controls, but that those tank controls would cause you to go back where you came from on a screen flip, that doesn't make sense. I've had that problem in many games that have fixed camera angles, man. I know the struggle of a game where you end up, you know, going through a camera flip and then it sends you back where you came. But that's in games like Devil May Cry, games that have full analog control with the fixed cameras.
Yes.
Definitely know it does that in certain areas. But again, I feel like we're having a conversation about tank controls, and theoretically that's impossible. Right? Again, unless you go to an area and then it turns your character around, right? Do you agree with that? I guess what I'm trying to say is, how do you theoretically make it work? How does it work theoretically? Where if you go through an area and it flips the camera around, you can't say, I don't like tank controls because it causes this problem where the camera flips. That's not what causes it. The fixed camera causes that, in games that don't have tank controls especially. That's my point. If holding up always makes you walk forward, then how would a camera flip cause you to go back where you came from? Unless it turned your character around. Which, of course, camera flip shouldn't do. And in my experience, never does in a game with a fixed camera. Yeah, you said, I don't like tank controls because it causes this problem where on fixed cameras it sends you back, but no, it does not. Yeah, fixed camera will cause that problem in any game that has analog control. And when I say analog, I mean, you know, you tilt where you want to go and it goes that way. This guy's just out and about, dude. Oh shit, no. We're covered. Nice aim. Jeez. Yeah, I think the reason why Resident Evil 1 has tank controls is to solve that problem. Yeah, that's how you solve the problem of fixed camera angles, is by having tank controls, not vice versa. That's not how you cause that problem. Because when you always are holding one direction, in this case up, to walk where you're facing, that means that when the camera flips, you're just going to always be going the direction that you were going. It's very predictable to know which way you're going because of tank controls. It would never send you back the way you came. Whereas if you have controls like this in a game that has fixed camera angles, then yeah, it sends you back. Sometimes, which sucks. I've been thinking lately about what human experience would be the hardest to try to portray through mechanics, and I think I've settled on pregnancy as most difficult, huh? Okay, what's your rationale, Revenge? To me, the question already raises, like, the question of what is the most difficult to portray human experience through mechanics? That question has got hella, like, it's a very deep question. I think that we've found that it's pretty much impossible to convey most human experience through gameplay, right? I think we've found, you know, going back historically through the games that have been released, whether they be indie or commercial, that we've only ever explored a few different experiences through gameplay, because it's hard as hell to convey other experiences. Resident Evil 1 HD Remaster had the same issue. They introduced analog stick controls, but because the fixed camera angles still stayed the same, the downside of using them was that you might get flipped around when the camera angle changes, yeah. In my experience playing the original Onimusha, it controls a lot like OG Resident Evil games. Can't speak to the remaster. Maybe Brian was playing the remaster and that's why he had that problem. But it's not like he played knowing Brian probably played the OG version. Let's see here. That Arnie movie where he gets preggers begs to differ, says Gypsy Claw, huh? What was that one called? Mr. Mom, some shit like that. I've been thinking lately about the human experience. Yeah, what would be the hardest way to convey? Yeah. Yeah, I think most games just have you shooting guys, right? The vast majority of video games are jumping on stuff. We've not seen a lot of the human experience conveyed in video game form. It's just too difficult. I guess mechanics aren't really designed to convey the majority of human experience. Why do I hear wind chimes? So I'm full on ammo for my pistol, huh? And for everything I've got. Okay, I've got full ammo in general. I could get a shotgun, but nah. Oh, here's bombs and shit. How do you get a feeling of growing a human being inside you? I just don't know where to even start tackling that. Yeah, but you can make the argument about a lot of human experience. How do you convey in video game form that feeling of, you know, of, I don't know, having like, yeah, you're trying to get at, right? There's like Alien. You could probably do it in, you know, we were talking about, you know, atmosphere, though, in the abstract, not so much mechanically, right? But you could probably have, you know, metaphors that could convey a similar sort of feeling. Yeah, knowing Brian, probably the PS2 version, which would have tank controls. Actual legit tank controls. But knowing the way tank controls behave, I just don't see how that could cause a problem where you'd be going back the way you came. There's no way that you could go back the way you came in tank controls unless your character was physically turned around. Right? That's the whole point of tank controls, is that you only ever walk one direction, no matter where the camera is facing. Up always makes you walk forward, no matter which way the camera is facing. Like we established that earlier, trying to explain to Landon, right? If I'm facing this way in a tank controls game, and I press up, I walk forward. If the camera then flips, let's say I'm holding up, right? And the camera now flips around, I'm still holding up, so I walk this way, right? So I'm walking the same direction. I started walking, even if we did a whole 180 flip on the camera. That's the point of tank controls. I'm facing this way, and I press up. He starts walking, right? I'm going to try to hold the camera in place. And then the camera flips on me all of a sudden. The whole 180, I'm still holding up. I'm still walking up. Or still walking the way I started, because that's the way I was facing. The only way that it could make you go back where you came was if your character was flipped, which wouldn't happen on a camera flip. That's not the way that usually works. It wouldn't turn your character around, it just moves the camera. That's why in games like Devil May Cry on PS2, which has full control like this, you know, 360 controls, and it has fixed camera angles, that can be a huge problem. Because I'll be running this way, and the camera will flip. And there's usually in games like that, there's like a mechanic in those games where as long as you're holding the same direction, he'll keep running the same way, which is like kind of an awkward solution. You guys know what I mean, right? I play those classic like Devil May Cry games with fixed camera angle. I'll be holding, let's say, right. Then camera flips, and I'm facing, now the camera's facing this way, right? If I keep holding right, he will keep running this way. But as soon as I let go of right, then I have to hold up. It's a really bizarre way of solving that problem. And it's kind of more of an art than a science, and it works better in some games than others, but it's not really that great. But sometimes you will find that, yeah, the camera will flip, and you'll be like, oh, fuck, and I ran the way I just came from. Because I was, you know, holding that direction or whatever. I let go for a second and went back the other way. It's annoying as hell, but it wouldn't happen in a tank control game. All right. Dark Souls shit. Become the embryonic fluid, says Gypsy Claw, huh? That could be a whole mechanic. So it could be a good indie game. More problems can be solved by bombs. We're getting there, though. With VR and the use of complex gaming chairs that move, you can start to experience movement, huh? Is that... Yeah, I guess that could make it very thrilling. Imagine your gaming chair just grabbed your dick and squeezing the life out of it when you're giving birth, says Streetvenge, huh? Dude, I don't think I want that kind of gaming chair. The way they fixed that in REHD is that your movement direction is stored through camera changes until you... Exactly, Claire. Exactly. That's kind of what I was just describing. Happens in Devil May Cry as well. And again, it works, you know, better than the alternative, which is to just literally switch your controls instantly. That would literally not even work. But it is kind of awkward. It does feel kind of weird in your hand when it happens. But at least it's sort of functional. If you continue to hold up when the screen transitioned, you'd keep running the same way. But if you let go of up when the next screen loaded, which was the safe thing to do since you didn't know what was coming up, the next screen was flipped, you pressed up, you'd walk backwards to the prior screen. But why? In a tank controls game, up always makes you walk forward, Brian, right? You agree with that? In a tank controls game, when I press up on the D-pad, I always walk forward. So unless, again, your character was flipped, so in your example, Brian, let's say here, next screen transitioned, you'd keep running the same way. But if you let go of the up when the next screen loaded, which was the safe thing to do since you didn't know what was coming up, makes sense. And this screen was flipped, makes sense, the camera was flipped. And you press up, you'd walk backwards, only if your guy was turned to face the door. Yeah, or it could be a glitch. Holding up always makes him walk forward, where he's facing. So no matter what screen was loaded, as long as he's facing the right way, you press up, he should walk where he was facing to, which would be away from the door. Holding up always makes you walk forward in Tank Control's game. So as long as he's facing forward, he should walk forward, no matter which way the camera went. So unless the shit made him physically turn his body back where he came from, which seems like a weird decision. Oh, come on, I couldn't make that jump. What time is it now, guys? It's already fucking 11:02. I have no clue what's happening today, guys. We're talking about horror games and tank controls and shit. I'm having way more fun just chatting than I am playing the stupid game. I guess I have to get up there so I can kick the ladder down. Can I push an object? Oh, push this? Like this? No. I hear spooky music now. Somebody want to shoot me? Oh, I have to maybe get more of these bombs disarmed down here first, huh? Are there more bombs for me to find and disarm? I've got 3 left. I'll say that stems more from the awesomeness of the people in chat than the quality of the game. Yeah, for sure. I agree. The game seems alright. So, it's been fun today, shooting some guys and stuff. But it's just much less interesting. So I disarmed 1 bomb back there. Is that the only bomb back here? Seems that way. What's with these bombs? I haven't been, paying attention to the plot of this game at all. Why are there bombs? Why do they have bombs in their camp and I'm disarming them, or am I arming them, or what? It's their camp. What do I care? Why am I blowing these guys up for? Oh, I can jump onto that for some reason. Any reason to, or? Look at this. There's like a branch. No, it's not a grabbable branch, though. There's a part of a boat here. Okay. That's where I want to go. What's up here? Nothing. It's another way around, right? It's just another way around. So how do I get to where I want to go? Yeah, we're back to the guessing of where we can jump onto or not, right? Lots of ledges, but most of them he doesn't want to grab onto. And what's funny is that I could make this jump right here. This jump from here to there. It'd be a very easy jump for Drake. Except that right now it's programmed to not work. Like, you could just grab it right there, but it's not what you're supposed to do, so it doesn't work. But what am I supposed to do? Do you want me to shoot something here and unlock this? That's kind of my first thought, right? But nothing seemed to, like, work. Oh, what if it's up? No.
Boom.
Boom?
Boom.
You hear him say boom boom? Try to give me a hint? That's weird. He said boom twice. He's like, boom. Yes? No? Come on. That was it for sure. Get some rest, Steve. That's well, homie. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Boom.
Boom.
Why is he saying that? It's freaking me out. Good. I like what you think, D. Scott, but no, I can't. I was about to feel real dumb. Good. I like that you're being open mind. Think outside of the box, dude. Think outside of the box. But it wasn't what we needed. Boom. Why is he saying boom? So I can't make that jump. We established that. It seems like that's the most obvious thing is just jump over there. Do you want me to blow up this area first? Can I armed the bomb or something? Do you want me to go over here again and maybe blow it up or something? Is that a thing I can do? Triangle, 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 triangle. No.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's a boat over here. Can I climb the boat? Boom. Sully, you want to help me get over to climb this triangle button? No? Yeah, you can just lift me up there. I could easily grab it. We did that mechanic earlier with Flynn. You don't want to do that? You don't want to give me a boosty? I don't think there is a map to reference. That's just fucking share button. I hate that. There's this. This is cool. Okay. Mm-hmm. Got faces here. Like that, like a little. Kind of trolling his friend here. Okay, this is kind of fun. Little catalog of things I've accomplished. So this is where we're at, I think. Yeah, the eyebrows, like trolling his friend. Okay, so 50 guards, main camp, where we're at, volcano. Should have drawn a penis on Sully's forehead. Maybe he did. Let's go back and look. If we look hard enough. That's what I would do. Here we go. Delight, El Goddamn Dorado. Compassion. Nate, how did you get stuck in this goddamn shithole? Arousal. Goddamn, what a woman. You got a cigar there, but no penis. Anger. Goddamn it, kid, you're gonna get us killed. Okay, kind of cringy, to be honest. For skinhead. Well. It's a fun game while it lasted, I guess. I don't think I have a grenade. That's L1. Can I find? I mean, he says boom. Is that a hint? Do you want me to throw a grenade up there? I mean, I blew up the thing just now. It didn't seem to help. I blew up that thing. I've looked around a lot, though. I haven't found any grenades around here. You want me to grenade it, or? Something I'm missing that's very obvious, I think. Do you want me to blow up all these? All of them? I blew up a few of them. What is this? Oh, ammo. Maybe there's... I really wasn't watching the plot. Maybe the plot is I had to destroy all these little motors, generators. There's one over here. There's one right here. Is that one already? He said boom just now. So he says boom whenever he sees one of those things. It's like kind of a fun, you know, mechanic, I guess. Hey, what's this? Just kind of spot for that guy to hide. Okay. Aha! Aha! Okay.
Should be only 2 left.
So now was gonna let me advance, maybe? Rest of all clear. Pleasure having you. Yeah, I'm gonna swing by your stream and interrogate you more about horror games, because I'm very, very curious. I want to play more in that genre in the near future. It's just one of those things where it's just not enough time to do everything I'd like to do. So I found the second bomb. Is that why they wouldn't let me advance? Oh no, I find there's more.
All right.
So
One more and we're out of here.
There's 4 in this one little area. Okay, so I actually have been missing some. Yeah, I gotta go follow Clay if I'm already following 423 Locked. She has a really cool channel where she plays Resident Evil speedruns right now. The HD remaster speedruns. As well as some racing game content. And more. Whee. She hit affiliate very recently, so she's streaming a lot more lately. If you pop in on a run on good pace, don't take it personal. Oh yeah, of course, Claire. Yeah, I know you are definitely a speedrunner first and foremost. I'm gonna be like, Claire, why is the sky blue? Vencabot, I'm kind of like shooting dogs right now with the quick shot. Oh, that's cool, I guess. So I'm missing one more bomb. Bad multitask. Yeah, same here. Look at me. I'm barely playing this game right now. I'm barely playing. That's why I missed all those bombs. Not because I'm stupid. Because of you guys. I'm blaming you guys for that. Makes my life a lot easier. It's not that I'm not observant. No, of course I'm very observant as a person, yeah. It's because you guys are talking to me. You jerks. Mummy. Mummy. Did you start the new gacha game, Venka, that released today? What game is that, Apples? Is there a new gacha game I should play? So there's another bomb for me to disarm. When I do that, the ladder will drop, I guess, if I had to guess. I admire how well you keep up with the chat. Yeah, for me, that's my main priority. There are very few times where I'm so engrossed in the game I don't want to chat with people. I'd rather just chat and not even play the game, to be honest. Aha, there we go. Now the ladder's going to drop, and have some guys come and try to kill me, I guess. I would love to, except that I can't go anywhere. Oh, they want me to go back now, maybe? Where are we going? It's going to give me a boost now?
Can't reach us. Come on over here. I'll give you a boost. Come on, gorgeous. Jump up. You got a great ass, Sully.
Shut the fuck up, Drake. Seriously.
There you go, kid.
Can you not make a joke for 1 second? What's up, Rick? Welcome aboard. Oh, that guy. Yeah, Clay's gonna start streaming soon, Rick. Let's see here. Genshin Impact. And Apple says yes. Genshin Impact. I've got friends who started it. I'll get to it soon. Is it a gacha game? Why is it big news? Isn't there just like a billion gacha games? How can you even keep up with how many are released in a day? I'm gonna wait till Switch 3, huh? Not Switch 2? That feels artificial fuck. Well, alright, guys. Here's my problem with that mechanic. My problem is not that they wouldn't let me advance till I found all the gizmos. It's that it wasn't more clear that all the gizmos were here. I knew my objective was to get all the gizmos, but I assumed there was some up there. But the fact that I couldn't get up there, it's kind of dumb that they just unlocked it arbitrarily when I got them all. All due respect for the fact that I wasn't paying attention to the plot. I mean, I knew I had to destroy 4 of those things. Didn't know they're all in this little area here, but I won't. Pretty dumb, but I can see how they make that sort of mistake. We finished it, Rick. This is the second game in the series. It looks exactly the same. And it is exactly the same for the most part. But it's just, the follow-up. So, no, we just started it, Rick. So, no, we're going to probably finish it probably, what, like 3 weeks or so? Somebody got on Fight K2. I'm trying to shun my chores, huh? Who's going to help Apples ignore what she's supposed to do and waste her time instead? Everybody's on here, Smidge. Let's go, Rick.
Looks deserted.
On the guy versus Audrey Apples. First to death. Lots of birds. I want to find treasure. You guys know me. I just want to find the fucking treasure. Okay, we got tents. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, pretty cool looking tents. I gotta admit, can't climb that because, can't climb in this car. I can. Oh, can I shoot out the window? No. Okay. So what's the point of all this? Just to be window dressing, right? Like, there's a whole area back here where there's no actual gameplay at all. No treasure to find, no nothing. It's totally not on the path, but, you know, it's just to represent that there's an abandoned camp, right? That pisses me off. Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm making a movie into a game, right? There's things you can see over there. And because you can see them, they're there to convey a notion that we're in an abandoned camp. They're like, oh, it's an abandoned camp there, right? But that's not how, you know, set design works, not how game design works. If I can go over there, there should be a reason to go over there. Any reason, anything. Okay. Fix camera now.
Get down.
Weird how that happens.
Pump is down again.
Might get some in tomorrow, but the daughter is asleep. I can't be smashing
Let's just
buttons.
fix it so we can get out of here. Look, they're not armed.
Not that many. What are we waiting for? We can take these guys.
I don't know, Sully. Maybe.
Oh man. Disarmed. Okay.
Right there.
Punch some guys now. Smashing square. Okay. Button prompts. Alright. Yeah, real pretty, but there's no gameplay though. Alright.
Could have used some help down here.
Yeah, you were doing fine.
Jesus. He's alright. I wouldn't get up from that. I'm gonna take my prompt away, huh? I'm gonna counter in that situation.
What was that, huh?
Wow. Fancy.
Enough of this frivolity, kid. Come on, we got work to do.
What does frivolity mean?
So when the camera slows down, it wants me to hit triangle to do a counterattack. You could have ammo, anything. It could have ammo, it could have a different gun over there, just something, not just an empty place.
I bet we follow the hose. We find the camp.
How do you get up here? This is where we were just
follow the
were.
hose. Just like in Montreal, huh?
You're never gonna forget that, are you?
Yeah, we were just here before. Okay, I see. So, Sully, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Well, should we destroy this thing? Oh, I can't shoot. Oh, where's my gun? Not up here? I have no guns. No, just... He knocked my gun out of my hand, but... Isn't there guns back here, though? Is this where I came from? I don't think it is where I came from. No, it's not. I'm so confused. How did... So we were over there. How did Sully get over here? He jumped up from over here. Oh, okay. Okay, we were crouched behind here. Yeah, you kicked my AK out essentially as well, right? Okay, so can I get one of these guns? Just out of curiosity. Or then keep me unarmed forever until I get to the part of the game where I can be armed again.
That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
So I got my ammo back. I'm trying to see if I can glitch the game out here, basically, right? Probably not, but I'm just kind of curious. I'm able to get armed again. Yeah, okay. So I'm armed. Even though, as far as the game is concerned, I should still be disarmed. Disarmed. Alright. Shall we just move on then, I suppose? So we got some bombs at their camp now. We armed them all. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to why exactly we're doing this. Actually, it strikes me that I have no clue what's going on in this game's plot at all right now. So let's recap. So Flynn betrayed us. And then Sully and Chloe busted me out of prison, essentially. They like bailed me out or something. They said they had a job for us now, right? They bailed me out, so now they want me to do a job for them. And now we're here because some guy wants the treasure or something. Actually, I have no idea anymore. Same problem I had the last game. Why do you want this treasure again? Even from the word go. Like, from the word, let's walk even farther back, right? So wait, so when we were at the table, remember we first met Flynn and Chloe? We're talking about getting this treasure. We had to go steal it from a museum, right? But we were just going to steal it? Are we like, I guess we're just literally then thieves, right? Like, you know, in the case of Uncharted 1, it's like, okay, we're going to go to this, you know, this old-ass, you know, ruin. There's sort of, even though some would argue that's literally grave robbing. Or, you know, stealing from the, you know, the nation or the culture. But in this case, we actually were going to go do a heist on an actual, like, a museum. Trying to beat Flynn and his boss to the treasure because you all think it's incompetent. He's incompetent and won't find it first, huh? Even though they had a head start, yeah. So we just want the treasure. Kind of, that's the problem with the last game's plot, right? The last game's plot was just, you want the treasure. I was like, do I? They're like, yeah, you just want the treasure. What do I want the money for? Am I going to sell it and... Like, what's the point of this treasure? Exactly. They're like, man, it's treasure, man. I would love, just as you escape with the treasure, you get punted in the head by Indiana Jones yelling, it belongs in a museum, yeah. Drake saw the map, so he still has the clues in his brain about the location. Oh, okay. So that's why maybe Chloe and Sully needed me then, because I know where the treasure is, compared to other people.
I think I see the camp up ahead.
Yeah, I guess my problem with the narrative, from a narrative perspective, is just simply I don't think there was enough reason for me to want this treasure. From a story perspective. And you guys know me, I love treasure. But I don't understand why he wants treasure in the story. It's worth a lot of money.
Ready?
Wait, just hold on a sec.
Okay, there's Chloe.
3 months and you have found nothing.
Well, Somehow binoculars
wait a
work.
minute. We've been...
Commander!
That must be Lazarevic.
This man was caught stealing artifacts from site number 5.
You would betray me for this?
No, Zoran, I can't explain.
No need.
What a villain. He's killing his own henchmen, guys.
I am surrounded by traitors and fools!
What do you say we really ruin this guy's day?
Do it.
Spread out! Search the perimeter! Go!
So she planted the bombs. We had to activate them?
All right, it's all yours, kid. I'll cover you from here.
To the size of that man's fucking gun!
Some fool left a sniper rifle up here. Careful, Nate. Looks like they left a couple of sentries behind.
Yeah, that was for
Okay, kid.
motivation for me.
It's showtime.
Can I do a stealth takedown from here? I can. Even kind of pulled him behind the cover. That's kind of fun. Yeah, let's go fuck up Flynn because he betrayed us, right? That works. So you can kind of choose in this game if you want to do stealth or shoot, or stealth until you have to shoot because you messed something up. They really have very terrible vision. I think I might be overthinking, like, how sneaky I gotta be.
Enough of this shit.
Shut up, would you? I'm sick of your complaining.
I hate that happens, man. I should do a takedown. So I can't do I can't reach over and take him down from here. I have to actually be beside him. Is that everybody? Not gonna lie, the bad guy's armor is pretty cool. I think so. ICU. What is it? It's just like a bulletproof vest, right? Is that cool? This guy's armor looks like a fucking washboard. Looks like he's wearing a goddamn garbage can. But to each their own.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Got my pistol. Ow. 1, 2, 3, kind of like in the last game. You heard the wind from you whiffing a punch or what? Yeah, well, hear me go. Oh, probably. His spider sense went off, dude. You wouldn't feel the wind? Do you think if someone was behind you by that far and they whiffed a punch right past the backyard, you'd feel it, right? You'd know that he was back there. I'd be like, fuck. Someone's trying to fucking punch me.
This Lazarevic guy isn't screwing around, Sully. You should see all this stuff. He's got files on every expedition to find Shambala, all the way back to the 1600s.
There's all out.
Polo's journals. Here they are. Just hurry it up. You haven't got much
Why don't you
time.
take all of it?
Yeah. The worthy pilgrim is
What do you
granted
mean,
a
Marco
golden
Polo's journals?
passport to conquer obstacles on his journey to Shambala. Huh.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Beats me. Hold on. Here we go. It was with great sorrow that I left my fellow travelers to their fate. A fate decreed by the dreadful cargo we bore from Shambala.
You must have thought that tsunami was some kind of divine retribution.
Wait a minute. Damn. Sully, I don't think the Chintamani stone is here.
What?
Listen to this. I would have sooner endured the wrath of Kublai Khan himself than remove the Chintamani stone from that sacred shrine. Marco Polo never had the stone.
Then what dreadful cargo is he talking about?
I don't know.
Well, if the stone's
Zombies?
not here, what the hell is Lazarevic looking for?
That's what I'm thinking, Brian.
Shambala.
Here in Borneo? He's a little wide of the mark, don't you think?
He must be trying to pick up Marco Polo's trail. Back to Shambala.
Why?
Because the stone is still there. Chloe, can you talk?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm here.
In all this digging they've done, have they found any bodies, any remains at all?
No, now that you mention it, nothing. Why?
Over 600 people were shipwrecked here, yet there's no bodies. Don't you find that a little odd?
So where did they all go?
That's what the last games would have already been
Where
over
would you
by now.
go if a
That's-
tsunami hit?
To higher ground.
Bingo. We head to that mountain. What do you bet we find Marco's pals? Chloe, can you meet up with us?
Already on my way.
Great.
Uh-oh. Nate, you gotta get out of there.
You're gonna have to give me a minute, Sully.
You don't have a minute.
What's this?
They're all dead.
Crap.
Stay down,
Aw,
kid.
shoot.
I got you covered.
Nate. Well, that's convenient.
Damon throw grenades, start by holding L2. Okay, so that's new. Drake impersonating an Englishman. Hello, mate. Also Drake. Why do I hear Batman music? Yeah, Brian, I find it interesting. He's like, bearing this cursed cargo. Well, what could they be talking about? It's like, it makes you wonder, did he ever talk to Sully about the zombies in the last game? How have they, rationalized what happened at the end of the last game? We live in a world that is very realistic, but we just found out that zombies are a thing. This would be a pretty big deal. With L2 held, tap L when throw a grenade. Oh. Okay, that's way better than the last game.
There's someone here.
I think part of what makes the game feel better is I think that the oh shit. The like the drift on when you're shooting, like what do they call that? What do they call it when you're shooting a gun and the reticle moves out of where it was originally? It seems much more organic in this game. Recoil, I think you have the recoil. Now you've had some time with both games. Is Uncharted 2 so much better than 1? And if so, why? Yes, Katie, it actually is, so far. I'll tell you why. It's because it's not that much better. And you ask, well, if it's not, how can it be so much better without being that much better? That seems oxymoronic, right? And I'll tell you how that works out. And I find it very interesting, Katie. I find it very fascinating. That's why I mention it. Because the last game, a big problem with it was that it was fucking boring. It's boring as fuck to play. And this game, and the problem was, it was a very shallow game mechanically. The platform was nothing. The shooting was very simplistic. And the gameplay was very boring. It was just mind-numbing. This game is exactly the same, except that they've improved it just barely enough for it to be entertaining. I'm not saying that it's the best game ever made. I'm not saying it's a very deep game or a very fascinating game. I'm saying that it's enough that when you're playing it in your hand, you're like, okay, I'm having fun, right? It's essentially fun. And that small difference, those small tweaks they've made to get it over that hump, that's a huge difference, right? From a game that is, why am I even playing this? It's so fucking boring. To a game that is simple and shallow, but at least it's like, amusing, right? I'm not saying it's a game that I would give a very high mark. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, but I will say that I'm impressed that they at least improved a couple things to make it entertaining. So I'm sitting here talking with you guys. That's what I'm saying, Katie, exactly. So I think the first game should have been Because one was so bad, it's amazing in comparison. No, yeah, it's definitely doesn't deserve the praise it gets in my opinion in terms of it being like an amazing game. I've only been playing for a little while. It could get amazing, but I think that it's interesting to point out, KD, that this is what the first game should have been, which is a game that yes, it's simple. Yes, its plot is stupid. Yes, it's not that deep mechanically. Yes, it's for casuals, but at least it's fun to play. Right? It's a game that's simple, but fun. And again, part of the way they've improved it, they're all very small improvements, but they add up to being meaningful in that they took a game that was, to me, extremely tedious and made a game that is at least amusing. And to that, I give them kudos. Because that is a big difference. They want me to throw more grenades here. I think I have like infinite grenades here. Kind of like a set piece. Yeah. No, I guess I'm not totally. Oh shit! For one thing, Katie, you might notice it. Maybe you guys wouldn't notice it because you aren't playing it. Right off the bat, this environment here is so much better than the last game's environments in terms of like the way the cover is laid out. Look at this environment right here. It's much more, again, dimensional, more dynamic. There's more places to hide that are more interesting. For them as well as me. Look at the way that they're like split between this environment like, on both sides of the tree, for instance. Right? You see them kind of come from all sides. In the last game, the environments were much more enclosed, and the cover was much more linear. It's just a straight line between me and them, basically, all the time. It's like just a straight line between like they're over there, I'm over here. Oh, fuck, down the cover. Oh shit! This would never happen in the last game, right? A situation where I'm having to watch more than one side. This is, ouch, way more fun. Who's shooting me? There he is.
Help! Oh, don't.
Jesus.
They're closing in on me.
Oh shit. He's right, they are too. I need more ammo.
There's too many of them.
You ain't kidding, dude. Where are they all at?
I've sent reinforcements. Hang back. I'll do what I can from here.
Reinforcements, huh? Where? Definitely more Gears-esque, huh? Thanks for letting the gun. But you think that is true, Katie? Do you think that maybe Uncharted came out before Gears? Came out after Gears? I'm going to play through all the Mega. I haven't decided yet, Landon, maybe. All the grenades to revenge. Looks much more enjoyable than the combat sections. I witnessed it from the last one, huh? You've been flanked. Yeah, the platforming is also marginally better. In that it's a little bit more, like more options, like places you can go. There's more like, so far there's been more spots where, oh, I can go back here. Oh, fuck! There's more spots in this game where you can kind of do optional platforming to find treasure and stuff. So far. Oh, God! Jeez! Who has a shotty? Isn't there a shotty over here?
Shit!
Oh, no! Should have stayed in a safer spot, I guess.
Shit!
Oh, God damn!
You gotta take out the tower.
How the hell did I end up in this situation? This is not a great gun for this. shit! I'm gonna retreat further. So what happened to the guys that killed me last time? They were over there before. Nice shot, dude. So where is he again?
Coming at you!
Too far. So there's no arc anymore, for better or worse. I can only see where I can't like throw where I want to throw necessarily. There we go. So X to get over this thing, right? I haven't, kid. I've never played Gears of War in my life. Too high. Fuck, keep getting shot. I'm trying to aim.
Nice
Oh,
one.
okay.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, oh, that was sick. He even fucking launched the body. That was sick. Yeah, I don't know, Revenge. I was over there. I got jumped by like 20 guys in the swamp. Then I died, and it put me over here, and there was like a fucking tower. I don't understand what the hell happened exactly. This is quite literally the majority of the Gears campaign from what I've seen in the last few minutes, huh? Has Venka ever done any of the Gears games on the channel? Yeah. I'm pretty sure Gears was first, which makes the cover shooting in Uncharted 1 even more inexcusable. Well, it depends if they're in development at the same time, right? I mean, it was already inexcusable. It's just not fun. They could have thought harder about it, whether or not Gears came first, but... Yeah, I think they're probably around the same time-ish, right? So I can kind of understand that. Maybe this game, had more time to consider what Gears did right. I don't think this matches the intensity of Gears combat. Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. I mean, Gears is known for being a really godlike, third-person cover shooter. And this game is, it's a cover shooter, platformer, adventure game. I wouldn't expect the combat to be as, intense as Gears. That being said, it's a pretty big improvement over the first game. And I really didn't expect that. With how lazy the first game was overall, it's a really lazily designed game, it seemed to me, from its, everything about it was mad lazy. I really didn't expect for them to actually try to improve it at all. The fact that they actually made some pretty meaningful improvements, I'm like, okay. But yeah, the best game ever made so far, I would say that, no. And if this is the best in the series, I'm disappointed. I've heard people say this is the best in the series. And again, it's not that much better than the first game, but it's better enough that it made it cross a threshold, right? That's what I find interesting about it. That's why I thought Katie's question was kind of interesting, right? He said, is it really so much better? And in this game, you can say that, it's really not. It's pretty much exactly the same. Except that they've improved a few things just enough to get it over a hump. The hump of it just being extremely tedious. This game has at least got something going on where it's like, it feels more like I'm playing a fucking video game. And to that end, I wouldn't say I recommend it to anybody that's thinking about limited time. There's probably better games you could be playing than Uncharted 2. But that being said, it is enjoyable. My window is open right now, and I'm not dying. This is amazing, says Katie, huh? He's like, oh, feels good to have a breeze and not have it be fucking painful. Just a sweaty breeze. Katie, the hottest I've ever been in my life was that first day when I arrived in Houston, and we were standing outside of your car. I think it was your car. Caesar drives a big truck. By a Walmart we were at or something like that. And I was like, wow, the legends are true. It's actually hot down here. I didn't know it could, get that hot. Without, actually outdoors. It's kind of like the opposite of what Caesar said he felt when he arrived in Chicago for the first Frosty Faustings. So it was like walking into a refrigerator. I didn't know it could get that hot, without having, artificial, heat. This is easy such normal mode in Gears, huh? Yeah, I'm playing on hard mode on this. I thought about it, and I think Uncharted 4 is better than Uncharted 2, says Landon, huh? I really hope this game gets better, too. This game has more potential than it's explored so far. So far, my second sitting of the game, we'll probably end this very soon here, our second sitting with the game. It's time for some Majora's Mask here, but my second sitting with the game has been similar to the first, in that I'm optimistic about the game. It's got potential. I really hope that before terribly long, we see other mechanics come into play. The first stage introduced shooting while hanging, and we've seen a lot of stealth in this sitting, which is kind of fun, I guess. No, not really that great of stealth again, but better than the first game I had in terms of mechanical variety. I hope that this, as the game goes on, we're going to see it get better and better. That would be really cool. Who would have thought the weather is different in other places? That's wild, Dix. That's wild. It wasn't even hot, Texas. That was May, says Brian, huh? If I open a window, flames shoot directly into my room. I gotta keep that shit closed. Whee. Nothing over here, no treasure? Now see, I was just thinking to myself how this little platforming section here was more fun than anything in the first game. Because there was an optional path. There was an optional path I could take, which was kind of fun. I could do some jumping. But it'd be cool if there's fucking treasure back here. I would melt in July and August, huh? That's why we were chilling outside when we ate those elotes and raspas. Yeah, that was an amazing, amazing day. Do they have weather where you're from? That's crazy, Jay. That's fucking crazy, man. Garter monkey jump. Yeah, this was a really, again, compared to the first game, this is a really fun shooting map. There was so many cool places to hide for both me and them. You can see that they've, we're more considerate this time around. I like the idea of letting me sneak through and take guys out silently before I start shooting. That's fun. It's a shame that it seems it's very simplistic stealth combat compared to Metal Gear Solid or Batman or anything else. But at least it's something. The first game had nothing. The first game was a whole lot of nothing. This game has got something going on. And to that I say, good job, Naughty Dog. You made a video game. You did it. Yeah, I think it's a cool game to play when you're just chatting with the homies and stuff. Again, it still has that casual appeal. It's what the first game should have been, right? A simple, casual game about treasure hunting. But it's amusing. They did it, Katie, they did it. It's a game. I'm actually using my brain somewhat.
Sully.
Not a lot,
Look
not
at
a
these
lot.
stones.
I'm using my brain somewhat. So purty. It's so purty. But, can I find some treasure? This path over there I can't take, it's overgrown. I almost feel like in this game, because the platforming is slightly improved, it's even more of a problem that I can't tell what I can jump on, what I can't jump on. Let's see, Brian. Brian saw a shiny? Maybe. Let me back up a little bit here. Shiny... I don't see... a shiny. This game has shinies in trees. We established that already, though, right? The game has shinies in... Oh, is that right over there? Yes? Maybe? No? Damn. The game has shinies in trees for me to shoot out of the tree. What up, Snako? It was a tree you looked at, I thought, saw... Could be mistaken, yeah. Good eye, Brian. I don't think there is one, though. Doing all right, Snako. How are you doing, man? Yeah, I wish I could climb more stuff. And the last game, jumping was not as cool in general, so it wasn't as big of a deal. I think you're right, Brian. Something like that. Or the fact that maybe the leaves are shifting. Just studying and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get smart.
Hey.
Hey, Chloe.
Hello. What do we have here?
Want to kiss and stuff? She's like,
Good
no.
luck. The last
Got shit to
resting
do.
place of Marco Polo's crew.
Okay, later then.
Shall we check
Can we
it out?
smooch later? Okay. Forgot my wish to. Whoa, that's crazy. Don't even study for smarts. I just study because I study. Says like, well, that's weird. What do you mean? Because you gotta study for your degree, maybe?
Wow, this place must be thousands of years old.
Sure is dark. I get like a flashlight or something. Can't see shit. Like it's actually extremely dark. There's no flashlight mechanic come on automatically. Like this, can barely see anything.
Down this way.
There we go.
Looks like we hit the jackpot.
Hey, we got dead
Hundreds of
guys.
bodies down here.
Look at their teeth. They're all black.
I think they're all that way.
Black teeth, huh? What do you think
They
they've been
must have
eating?
taken refuge here during the
Brownies?
tsunami.
Maybe they had too many brownies. Ain't there yet.
gotta
I
be
am a
some
year
sort of
before
clue
high
around
school.
here.
So I pressure that parents put on you is pretty hard, huh? I am a year before high school. Snako. Your parents are applying that much pressure to you and you're in junior high school? Going into high school? That's a shame, man. Lots of dead guys. There should be no pressure going to high school. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying, KD. They hate the English. They judging people that have brown. Yo, KD. Guys. Yesterday, my brother treated me to some quality dairy. He sent me some Dairy Queen. And I got this cherry fudge blizzard. That thing was ridiculous. I guess they swapped the boring gameplay for casual racism, huh? Yeah, but it's the English, dude. It's the English. Who cares? Why be smart when ignorance is bliss? I wish I didn't see what was going on in the U.S. now. It would help my mental health. Yeah, this is some pretty crazy shit, man. I think we're all more ignorant than we realize, though, too. That's pretty fun. Poor Revenge is both dumb and mentally unwell, says Dix. He's not crazy, he's just a little unwell. He's got a sword in his back. Another ghost is feeling him up. Hate when that happens. Guys, if we're ever exploring a fucking temple and we both die, please don't die in such a way that you land on top of me and we end up some kind of, our skeletons in some suggestive pose. Please. I don't ask for much. I'm just saying that if I'm going to be a skeleton, I don't want to have another skeleton on top of me, like fondling me or something. I want to die in a really badass pose. Maybe like laying on my back with my hands like this, so people find me, I'm like, ah. Not like a really lame pose. In Egypt, they pressure studying so hard, I guess I get it, and I guess I don't, but I don't know. I'm sorry to hear that, Snake. So you're in Egypt right now? You're Egyptian? Yeah, it seems wild to me that, you know, going from middle school to high school, there'd be that much pressure. Maybe I can kind of see high school to college, but middle school to high school? That should be your time to relax. Take it easy.
Hey, I think I found
But every
something.
family is different, too.
In here.
What?
They must have carried their
I'm sorry,
cargo
Snako.
all the way up here after
Yeah, maybe you did mention that before.
More resin. I've seen this before.
I think it's been a while since we had you in the chat. That's what I'm saying, Brian. Dying in some awkward doggy style pose or with your head in the other guy's crotch. Right? That's what I'm
Sully,
saying.
give me a light.
More of this weird blue flames. That's a pretty fun filter they put on the camera, though. I haven't been on Twitch in a hot minute, says Snako, huh? It's been a while.
Wait a minute. This is blood.
How can you tell?
It's everywhere.
A real massacre.
All right, let's follow the blood stains. We'll see if they
Are you
lead
serious? I can't see. Oh, okay. It's lit up. Oh, God. I hope that's blood. Otherwise, they had a fucking party in here. Why is it blue? It's like it's science. Brian says, hotter flame burns blue dicks. Surely you know that. What's up, Dirk Blur? This isn't 3S. Anita's nodded every Tuesday here. Is it Tuesday, Dirk Blur? Is it? Just joking, dude. Welcome aboard. Nathan's hot enough to make it burn blue, huh? Yeah, it's like weird magic fire. There is no blue fire in real life. Brian's like, is it, Katie? God. If so, we gotta boot up from 3S, man. Was her shirt that color before, or does her shirt shine? Oh, yeah, you're right. That's weird. Why is her shirt the only thing that's colorful? Weird. For you, it was everything. For me, it was a Tuesday. Every Tuesday here, dude. Looking forward to it, man. I've really been enjoying Fighting Game 2 a lot. So it said follow the blood, right? I gotta find this blood trail again. It's like a black light. It lights up the blood extra. Where's that skeleton I was talking about earlier with the getting his grope on? I was thinking about that thing earlier because I saw some skeletons laying on the ground. They were feeling each other up, and I was like, come on, dude. Don't die that way. Okay, it's got a bunch of blood and stuff. Uh-huh. Where are we going? Want me to hit a triangle somewhere? Yeah, there's blood here. Yeah. Blood, yep. Blood around here, yep, sure enough. Got some blood. Here's this triangle, no. Can't jump either, alright. Blood. Blood. No, don't go that way. Got a big bloody pillar here. Get out of the way, Chloe. Okay. Got a blood tree. You want to do triangle stuff, Nate? What do you want to do, man? Oh, here's a bunch of blood. Yes, no? No, that's just the light from outside, I think. What do you want from me, game? Nothing over here. Something over here. Talk to this. Imagine being lost in a cave and finding a guy holding a damn blue torch, huh? He'd be like, "What's up, man? Just blue torching it out in the bush." Because it's like, whoa. That's all their thought about that was. They were like, whoa. Certain colors glow in black light through Revenge. Not necessarily anything gross about her shirt. Now the stains on the floor, on the other hand, yeah. Definitely biological fluid. You don't want to do something with this, Drake? You don't want a triangle or anything? What do you want, man? You said follow the blood from where to where? That's where I started, right? Yeah, this is the end of the road here. No blood anymore. Is this the blood you're talking about? No. This game has a weird thing where it's like, I find it kind of hard to know where to go and what to do sometimes. The last game didn't have that problem. It's kind of unclear. Did I mishear? I supposed to follow the blood, right? Blood. Here we go. Got somewhere new this time.
Stand at this wall.
Yeah, that's odd.
What's odd? That it should have to end at some point? It's like a triangle there. It was worse than Drake's adventure, huh? Drake's forcing me trying to find stuff. I found that game was pretty straightforward.
This moves a little. Sully, help me out.
Here we go again with the pushing.
Fuck!
I think I hurt myself.
A lot of things are worse than Drake's fortune, for sure. But I would say that finding the path ahead was not one of them.
The trail leads in here.
More bodies.
My God.
Oh my.
Maybe I'm crazy. But it looks like they all killed each other.
Come on, Nate. You're just getting spooked.
Sully! Zombies, Scully. Zombies. Like, remember that thing we said that to me? Oh my God. They want to stop for 1 second and think about why they're all laying here stabbing each other? Like, what do you mean they're just getting spooked? You want to hear my rationale? Look at them, Sully! Clear that they're stabbing each other, man. This is some goddamn Legion shit from Dark Souls 3. We got zombies, Snako. We got Zambones.
Look at this.
What the cow says.
What do we have here?
What do we have here? Another dead guy.
Careful.
Christ almighty.
Just kidding.
Nate, you're gonna give me a goddamn heart attack. Oh. Man, is that an ugly friggin' thing?
What is it? Some kind of weapon?
Didn't we see this already? Am I tripping?
No, it's a purba.
Oh, I think it
Ritual
was a
object from
photograph or
Tibet.
something.
It's used to destroy.
Oh yeah, because we're in the
obstacles.
past still, right? We're in the past.
You know, spiritual ones.
Oh.
The game started, the whole train scene hasn't happened yet.
Wait, could this be what Marco Polo was talking about?
Kid, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
In his journal, he wrote that the worthy seeker would be given a golden passport to conquer obstacles on the journey to Shambala.
So, what, this is it?
Look, that's all really interesting, but where the hell is it a passport to?
Well, maybe this map would help.
Let me see that.
What? Wait, what? There was a map in there?
Between Greater India and the province of Tibet lies a field of exquisitely finished temples. Hundreds of gilded spire stretching as far as the eye can see.
Hold on, I know this place. It's in Nepal.
Yeah, except it's not just a field of temples anymore, it's a city.
Well, that could make things a little more challenging.
Now, hold on, there's more. In all these many temples, only one conceals the secret path to Shambala.
Fuck.
And that
We got a
path
dagger,
shall only
Brian,
be
yeah.
revealed to the pilgrim who bears the golden passport.
You're right, Brian. Maybe it was such a traumatizing experience.
Nice
Had
work,
to block out his
kid.
mind. Look, my
So
book
what
of
are
word,
we
dude.
waiting for? Let's get out of here.
All right. See ya.
Look at the black teeth,
Let's
man.
get going.
Them brownie teeth. They had to fight off the zombies with me in the end with a shotgun. Yeah, and he's just like, "Oh, Nate, I think you're overthinking this, man." It's like, dude, we live in a world where these skeletons can jump up like goddamn, fucking, what's that one movie called? Jason and the Argonauts. You mean the map that was around the dagger? That map? Map with the dagger? The dagger map? That's what I'm saying, Three Revenge. Yeah, he's like, what? There's a map. You're like, yeah, you don't remember? Yeah, you were, yeah. Kausa says, someone say Dark Souls 3. I did say Dark Souls 3, yeah. I said it. And I meant it. So why did I light the torch in the first place when I have these fucking flashlights? Here's the dead guy. Where I got the dagger from, okay. Magic dagger. I don't get it, man. This seems kind of weird to me that they were, in the last game we had to fight zombies. And now no one seems to remember anymore. That seems like a pretty big deal to me. Like, did Drake and them ever, like, go to the authorities, be like, guys, zombies are real. And they're like, are you tripping, dude? No, I'm serious, guys. Zombies. Or it's just like, what are you gonna do? They're zombies. They're a thing now. It's a megger, bro. Yo, what's up, Bry? How you doing, says Cow says, huh? Do you have GTA 5, Bry? Bry. Do you have GTA? Lots of dead dudes. Oh, look at there's treasure up there. Is that three-dimensional treasure now? That's kind of annoying. Kind of reminds me of Zelda Ocarina of Time when they were first like, we have 3 dimensions now. Let's make use of it by having the player have to look up at the ceiling all the time. That kind of ties into my complaint about The Last of Us and Uncharted 1, right? Where you have to like explore every nook and cranny looking for secrets, even though the majority of the time there's nothing there. And most of the time there's no treasure. But sometimes there is, so it forces you to have to check every single nook and cranny for nothing most of the time. In this case, there's treasure up in the sky sometimes. I gotta look at the sky all the time. I gotta check every single level of every single dungeon, like every single height, in case there might be treasure hidden on the ceiling. That's ridiculous. Just let me accept that it's only on the ground, so I can have to only look at the ground at all times, but whatever. Let's go back and do some more ceiling peeking, I guess. There's more. I wonder how much of that I've missed already. PS3? What? I'm on PS3. Should we play a retro fucking GTA 5 stream? GTA Online on PS3? If I've got it. Let's all 3 of us not play Zelda and just play GTA 5 on PS3 instead. Be hella old school about it. Yeah, it wants me to fucking look up and down and all around on all the different maps. What a drag. What is this for music? Alright, guys. The music in this game is way worse than the last game, right? The last game had a way better dynamic soundtrack. That's one way this game is a huge step back. The last game's soundtrack was, much nicer overall, and it seemed to be more dynamic. This game, it seems like it's not really engineered the same way. Like, I really praised the game's soundtrack last time, where if you were, like, near enemies, they would actually change dynamically, like, based on your distance from them. That was so sick. I mean, that was so cool. And this game seems to not be a case anymore. I played the shit out of that game. Really enjoyed it, huh? Never got 100%. Didn't want to find all the alien ship parts. Yeah, same here. I think I had everything but that. I'd be down to Scouts. I just got to find out where my PS3 is, huh? Yeah, I'm just joking, guys. I don't think I'm going to go back to PS3 GTA 5 after playing Steam version and PS4 version. It's so much better.
I'm gonna go out and make sure the coast is clear. I'll see you in a bit.
Don't betray me, Chloe. Come on, girl. She's like, what? I'm just going to go up there and have a peek. Don't get kidnapped, Chloe, and become a damsel in distress. Please. Please. How did she get up there? Can I do that? I guess so.
Give me a hand, Nate.
Come on, Sully. Oh, he's an imposter. What? Not an imposter, dude.
Oh, God damn
Who can impersonate me?
Harry! In here! It's Drake!
What the hell are...
Get your hands up.
Oh my God, Chloe.
Should have known it was you. And you, Victor goddamn Sullivan. You still dragging this tired old
Good
sack of
impression.
shit around?
Easy, Nate.
You look like definitely fucking Chloe,
Ballsy
Brian.
for a guy who spent the last 3 months behind bars.
Better than pissing away 3 months in the jungle without a clue.
Found the ships though, didn't I?
You couldn't find your own ass with both hands.
And a map.
They came from down there.
Headbutt this chick, dude.
Whoa. Harry, look at this.
Speaking of maps, between India and Tibet, one temple will reveal a
Pathway to Shambala. Jesus,
Kind of
Flynn,
funny.
while we're young.
Oh, no. Don't be such a bad sport. Take them to Lazarevic. You're gonna wish you'd stayed in prison, mate.
Oh, just cartoonishly big gun. Headbutt this chick, dude. Good luck, Cacao says. Good luck to your music production. Wow, that was a pretty crazy jump.
Come on, keep moving.
Oh, the triple cross, dude.
Shit.
Are you all right?
Yeah, well, it'll make it look more believable. Now I'm gonna try and buy you some time.
No, Chloe, you have to come with us.
No. Just meet me in the
Ew,
pool.
that smooth sound effect? Would you
Now run.
fucking kiss the mic or what?
Let's go.
I
That's
like
a wet
her.
one, dude. Just like,
Yeah, I bet you do.
we gotta run now?
They spotted us.
We gotta run now. No! Hope there's no treasure around here. Oh, I'm dead. Dark Souls!
Thanks for the heads up.
Will you quit screwing around and get up here? Let's go.
I'm going, Sully. Don't know what I'm doing. Or where I'm... You want to try and commentate or something? Oh, no, I can't. Okay.
Hey, Kevin.
Treasure? No. Yeah, I can't believe I started either, Brian. Maybe it's
This way.
programmed for me to survive. You know what I mean? Maybe make it seem more perilous.
Now what do we do?
We jump.
Oh, hold on there, Sundance. You gotta be out of your mind. We'll break our goddamn necks.
If we get caught, Lazarevic will break them for us.
I'm getting too old for this bullshit.
Come on, now don't you start this again.
Listen, I don't have your luck. Guys like me gotta know when to walk away from the table.
Sully, we're gonna get out of this, okay? We always do.
Yeah. You go meet your girl in Nepal. I'm going somewhere warm.
Come on.
Hey, you can tell me all about it when you get back. There they are!
Got a fun little mechanic here.
Shit.
Well, shall we?
After you, Butch.
See you in hell, kid.
Oh, I was hoping he would stay behind. That's what I was kind of implying there. I was hoping he was kind of giving us up willingly.
Shit.
Because he was too scared to jump. That'd be a fun little character trait. But no, they jumped anyway. So I'm saying, Brian, a little bit on the nose.
Well, when you said Lazarevic had a head start on us, you weren't kidding.
Well, he's had some help from the local guerrillas. The city's been on the brink of civil war for years. He just needed to throw a little gasoline on the fire.
Charming.
Yeah, well, all the chaos provides some cover while he destroys the city
This is
looking
sad.
for the right temple. Nate? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You're not having second thoughts, are you?
Oh, me? Never.
Good, because I'm so ready to be done with these clowns.
I'm sick of taking this
Got a
dick.
map?
Yeah.
I'll meet you in the old market. Things are pretty quiet over there.
All right, you got it.
Oh my God.
I got company.
Oh, great. Can you lose them?
I don't know where to leave now, Brian. I wonder that. Maybe they'll explain that. Are you serious? Now just throw me off the road. Look at this tiny little thing I'm riding.
I've been better.
She just gonna ram me, and I just really just what are they doing? Just nudging me. No visceral driving section. I just gotta get out and shoot him. I'm supposed to stop, I suppose. But I'm having fun with this game. I'm actually having fun with this game. I could play it all night.
Oh no. Don't they ever give up?
Oh man. It'd be better if he had help from gorillas. Intelligent gorillas would make a great enemy. Yes, you're right.
Don't they ever give up?
What am I doing wrong? Thoughts, gentlemen? Shooting them. There we go. Okay, that's really stupid.
Shit.
So can I run while shooting backward? I guess I probably can, huh? Sure I can. Okay, well, it's not that stupid, I guess, maybe. It's never have to do that most of the time. I thought it was a mechanic they introduced just for that thing, but no. It's all set pieces. Always has been. So my theory is that the reason why the jungle looks not as good as the last game, the jungle, was that I think the engine's more optimized for urban environments this time around. Have you tried getting good? Yeah, I had to hold the trigger button down, Katie. But now now I know that trick, I can definitely do the next one easier. Next time I get chased down an alleyway by a car. Because surely it's not just a little mini game; it's actually core gameplay, right? It's gonna be we're gonna see in this game as it goes on. We're gonna have a lot of parts where I'm running down alleyways. They're gonna get increasingly deep as the game goes.
Crap.
They'll introduce jumping over obstacles and rolling and hiding behind stuff while I'm running.
Go, go, go!
Otherwise, the game would just be a bunch of mini games strung together, which would be kind of silly.
Somewhere. Keep your eyes
Oh shit! All right, guys. Oh shit!
Take them out! One down!
Oh, I'm dead. That's kind of what I would do, like, get them all my hand to hand. All right, guys. So I'm gonna stop playing the game here for the night. But I want to say this before I move on to the next game. I want to say something really offensive. If you guys are easily offended, please mute the stream. If you guys want to report me to Twitch for saying this, I would totally understand. But hopefully you guys understand my heart. You know, don't want to report me to Twitch for this. But this game has better stealth than Metal Gear Solid 4. It'd be nice if there was a set piece where Nate had to take a dump before the porta potty exploded, huh? Brian, this is why you should be on the fucking team, dude. It's why I need to have you on the team when I come up with these ideas for set pieces. That sounds godlike. Basically, Dragon's Lair Indiana Jones editions to Revenge. Yeah, so I guess I had to shoot the truck to slow it down, I guess. X+, I'm just saying. I had to say it. Because I've criticized this game's stealth. I mean, it's again, barely there. It's not like a stealth game stealth. But you know what else wasn't like stealth game stealth? Metal Gear Solid 5. Or Metal Gear Solid 4, that is. Now, that's an overrated game, if you ask me. I love Metal Gear Solid franchise, but I really hated 4. And, I think it's the environment here, the whole, destroyed, Middle Eastern city aesthetic made me think of, how Metal Gear Solid 4 only had like 2 stealth stages in the whole game, and the stealth was pretty ass. In Metal Gear Solid 4, there's not that aspect of like sneaking up behind somebody and taking them out, which is pretty essential for stealth, I think. That's kind of a drag. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys in a few minutes with some Majora's Mask action. I had a lot of fun tonight with this game. It's I wouldn't say I'm nothing to write home about, of course, but it is fun. It's essentially fun, which is like more than I can say about the last game. Where's the TP? Fuck, I'm screwed. Oh wait, the 3 seashells. What was that from? We were talking about that recently, right? The 3 seashells joke. Oh yeah, that's from. Isn't that from Evil Dead?
Pretty solid, but every now and then throw in.
I had fun tonight with this game. Demolition Man, I'm sorry, yeah, that's what it was, Brian. Yeah, Demolition Man. Oh shit, I heard a power bomb when he landed. The backlog Tom Business Revenge, huh? Still got Dishonored 2 and 3 to do. I didn't know there was a 3.
3.
There's a Dishonored 3? Thanks so much, guys, for making the channel possible. Through Twitch subs and Patreon. I'm pumped for Spooktober, aka Spooky Ass October. PT's in the works. This Friday, guys, is the 7th guest. It's a game I think it's really cool. You guys are going to enjoy that with me, I think. We've got some pizza movie coming up this month. Horror movies. Metroid 2 on Game Boy. Ooh. Well, that was godlike. It's going to be dope. Then Stallone just goes to the ticket machine and curses up a storm to get some tickets he can wipe his ass with. Good times. That movie is sick. The horror movies, Katie. The horror movies. Too hot for Twitch. Speaking of Too Hot for Twitch, guys, check out our Discord server, join our anime club, and watch some Bakemonogatari with us. This is coming Sunday. Next Sunday is Boktobergatari. Me and Threevenge are hosting some anime watch party at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want those files, they are now on our Discord server in the anime discussion channel. You can find the link to a Google Drive containing the files you need to join us. It's an anime that I love personally. I think it's not necessarily for everybody, but I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I hope you guys do. Dishonored Death of the Outsider, but it's the 3rd game. Really? I always thought that was like an expansion. Like maybe not like a full game's length. But okay. I tried to play the first Dishonored, and I couldn't. There's too much camera bob. Made me want to puke. Let's go with Revenge. I'm happy to hear that. I think what I'm going to do, Revenge, is I think we're going to run 3 back-to-back weeks. 3 back-to-back Sundays, basically. So we'll watch 5, then 5, then 5. And I think the compromise will be, of course, we're going to stress to friends in the chat, friends on the Discord server, that if they can't make one of the Sundays, it's not the end of the world, right? They can always catch up, that week. But I think that it's kind of the compromise, right? Oh my god, this clip. Because my 2 main ideas were to either have it be 3 weeks straight, or have it be a week with a Sunday, and then the following week have no Sunday event, and then the following week finish it off, right? So there's really no difference, right? Basically, I'll just run 3 Sundays, and if people can't make it to one of them, it's no big deal.
I just saw it right now.
Oh my god.
I'm pumped. You know that teaser? It was just the first 4 minutes of the first episode. Made it very easy to make a clip out of there. But it has a feel of a teaser, right? I think that they had a really cool little intro there. Kind of sets things up. I think it might misrepresent the anime though, because it's that teaser has a lot of like high action, and the Monogatari franchise has got really great action scenes, but they're kind of few and far between. It's a very dialogue-centric anime, but I think that's its strength once you kind of fall in love with it. That's really something that does. It's very unique in that way. Yeah, that clip Brian always cracks me up. Let's get this other game started here, guys. Thanks for your patience.